Okay, fine. So morning all. Hope you guys are able to hear me and able to see the screen which I'm sharing. Please confirm that you guys are able to hear me or not able to see the screen or not so that we can proceed accordingly. Am I audible? Srinivas, Prasanna, Gayatri, Silpi.
Right.
No? Please confirm guys. So otherwise I don't know what's going on, right?
I can see only Harsha training 3.
You're not able to see the screen which I'm sharing.
No, no.
Let me reshare it again. Now, hope you can see the screen now.
Still not.
Still Harsha.
Yeah, yeah.
Still
We're able
Yeah,
to
we
see.
can see that now.
great. So what all topics we discussed? So it's nothing but actually we are done with the two demo sessions initially on last week on Thursday and Friday where we discussed about what exactly the syllabus and what we are going to learn in this course. What is the agenda of this course? Everything gone through it, right? So after that, on class number 3, we have discussed the very important topics, right? So what exactly the software is and what are the types of softwares we have in the market and what is the difference between the testing and quality and difference between the project and product and the difference between the error bug failure. Okay, this is very important interview question, guys. I'm telling again and again for manual testing interviews, either you are experienced or fresher candidate. So please keep a note. Whenever I'm telling something that which is important for the interviews, please make a note. Okay. So here how I'm maintaining the note here like that. So you can prepare, you can create one file in the notepad or notepad plus plus and write the date. Okay. You start your date, class number, and what are the topics you are learning and important questions. You can make a side heading important questions. Whenever I'm telling any concept, if I tell that this concept is important, this is the important concept at the time of interview, you can write it on the important questions on the side, right? So that it will help you by the end of the day, you guys can get the many interview questions which are frequently asking in the market and which are very important at the time of interviews. Even though I provide the material of the interview questions, but still it will help you a lot to get all the interview questions at that time by simply making a note in the separate classes in your running notes. Okay, please follow the running notes. Anyway, you join in the mobile or laptop, whatever it is, wherever you are joining. So please make a note of the running notes which I'm going to explain, right? So, and after that, we have gone through the software development life cycle and we discussed about one model, which is from sequential model, which is nothing but waterfall model. So, can anyone tell what is the importance of the waterfall model and what are the disadvantage of the waterfall model? The people who attended in the yesterday session.
I can I can explain.
Yeah, go ahead.
So if we are using the waterfall and we know that okay, we are not going to make any changes in the whole thing, like we know that okay, whatever the request or requirements we have collected in the initial mode and they are going to be the same. We don't have any like in the middle of the planning, design and development, we are not going to make any changes, then in that case we just go for the waterfall. The problem with that is by the time the we develop the things, their technology can be changed, and then there is no like, because it is a sequential, like we go with the each step one by one, and if we wanted to make any changes in the middle, we have to start from the scratch again. So that's
Good. Any other?
the, yeah, ROI is like not, and we cannot do the testing on each, like we just give the feedback, we get it at the end of the whole project actually. So
Okay, great. Okay, great. So thank you for explaining. So in the today's session, we are going to explain one more model, which is from iteration model. So as I already told you in the yesterday class, we have majorly categorized the SDLC models into the two types, right? One is sequential model and another one is iterative model. From sequential model, we already seen the one model which is named as a waterfall model, and we can see the advantages and disadvantages too. So here advantages means this is used for the small projects, and that is the one of the advantage. And another advantage is before going to the next step, we should be ready with the previous step, right? So otherwise, we can't revert back to the previous steps if you haven't completed the previous steps later works, right? So those are the advantages and disadvantages. If you see some advantages and disadvantages are there here. Before the next phase of the development, each phase must be completed. So we are ready with the completion. And disadvantage is error can be fixed only during that phase. Once that phase is completed and we have moved forward, we can't come back, right? So that's why error should be fixed only during that phase. That is disadvantage. And suited for small project. Waterfall is suited for not for small project. It doesn't mean that it's not suited for large projects, right? And they should perform the quality assurance test before completing each step. Quality assurance test means we should complete the verification and validation. Can anyone tell the difference between the verification and validation? Do you have any idea what exactly the verification and validation is in generic meaning? So for example, in real time, we are using the words in English like verification and validation, right? So there is a slight narrow variation is there between verification and validation. Tirupataya, you're trying to tell something.
Yes, sir.
So if anyone now try to give an answer, it's not an issue even if it's wrong.
Checking the given credentials is nothing but a validation, right?
Yeah, I mean, you can take any example. It's not exactly that for the login page or whatever it is. So verification and validation. So what is the meaning of the verification in English and what is the meaning of the
Verification means
validation in English?
yeah. So verification is means whatever we are building with that is right. Okay,
Okay,
as per the like whatever the requirements we got it and we are building the same thing actually. And validate means what like uh if we are like like if you're giving different things, it should work the way we are supposed to it. Like
great. You are near to the answer. Almost it was 90% answer is correct. So verification means we just checking that application is developed as per the requirements given by the customer, right? We have a document which we received from the customer, which is named as the CRS document, which we discussed in the yesterday's class, right? CRS document means customer requirement specification. Customer requirement specification. We received the document from the customer and that business analyst is going to translate that into the SRS document in the software terminology. And the developers need to follow the document and they need to build as per the requirement, right? That is the verification. That application should be there as per the CRS or SRS document given. That is called verification. What exactly the validation means? The features are developed as per the requirements only, but that features are working as expected or not. For example, login page should be there on the top right side. That is the functionality given by the customer. Yes, it was built on the top right side only. Now the verification is successful and it was passed. Validation means we have to enter the proper credentials and you need to be validate that it's working fine or not. That is called as validation. Getting my point?
yeah, yeah. That's what I was trying to actually explain. But
Okay, great.
uh, when we
So
put
I
the
will give one
input,
more
that
example.
output should come it properly.
Yeah, it's fine. It's not an issue. I will give one more example. If any of you are not understanding in the software technology, you can coming to the real time world. So, for example, you are going on bike or scooty or car, whatever it is, you are traveling to somewhere through highway or wherever it is. Some traffic police is there. So suddenly they stopped your vehicle and they're asking that you have the RC book, license, and insurance to your vehicle and the seat belt. They're checking all those things. Okay, initially they are checking that you have that book, you have that insurance, you have that what I can say license. That is called verification. They are not checking that is yours or not initially. First, initially they check you have the documents or not. That is the first point, right? They are going, that is called it as a verification. So after verification is successful, you have a document. The traffic police has observed that you have a documents on your hand or on your place where dicky, whatever it is. So in vehicle storage, you have some documents. You have shown that to the police. That is the verification. Once verification is successful, the traffic police is going to validate the documents. Is that license is yours or not? Is that license is validation is there or not? Is that RC book validation is there or not? Is that vehicle is old vehicle or new vehicle? Is that insurance is there for the current year or not? Everything is going to be validated before making the fines on you. Is it or not? Is it or not? That is the process what happening through the traffic police in the on road, right? Is it or not? First they will check the documents. Once you have the documents, then they will check whether the documents is yours or not. Getting the real-time example?
Yes, sir.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
This is all about the verification and validation, which has to be completed before completing to the stage. Yeah, someone is asking something. Any doubt? Srinivas, Tirupataya, Prasanna, Gayatri, Shamik, Sheikh, Raju, Vamsi. Hope everyone is clear, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Is it or? Okay, great. So we have few other advantages. The elaborate documentation should be there. This documentation takes a lot of time. Project is completely dependent on project team because the client intervention is very less because it should be completed at a time, right? If you compare the agile methodology, it is completely different. If you complete the 1% of work also that is deployed into the live, the client can see what work is going on. But in this model, until the completion of entire the project, the customer is not going to intervention to the project, intervention to the team who is working for that project. Okay. Any change in software is made during the process of the development. Small changes, errors that arise in the completed software may cause a lot of problem because we can't go back, right? That's exactly all these differences we have. Okay. And next, in the today class, the majorly we are going to focus on the spiral model. What exactly the spiral model? A spiral means you may have you may aware about when you are studying, you are going to do the bindings for your books, right? There are spiral binding. So how that spirals will be there? It will be on the elliptical mode, like the ring spirals will be there, right? In similar way, we have a diagram here for the spirals. Number of spirals are there for the faces. But before going to the diagram, you just need to aware about that what exactly the spiral model will do. Okay, for example, if we have the project which is existing with the 20 features, that 20 features are going to be cutted into the 4 parts, like a pizza. If you order the pizza, they are going to give pieces, right? They are going to cut the pieces and they are going to deliver to you, right? In similar way, in spiral model, whatever features we have, we are going to cut it into the 4 parts. Like if we have the 20 features, we are going to cut the project into the modules of the 4. Each module will consist of 5 modules if the project is having the 20. So let's consider spiral model. Software is having 20 features, for example. Software is having 20 features. So each module is having 5 features. Okay, so how many modules we have? 4 modules. Is it or not? Module, we can name it as a module A. You can name it as a module B. Understanding purpose, I'm making the module A, B. You can take module 1, module 2, module 3 like this. Okay, so it's up to you. Just for reference, I'm taking to explain you. Module A, module B, module C, and module D. Okay. So here module A is having the 1 to 5 features. Module B is having the 1 to 5 features. Module C is having the 1 to 5, sorry, module 1 is having the 1 to 5 and module B is having the 6 to 10 and module C is having the 11 to 15. These all are the features, okay? As we assumed that we have project having the 20 features, right? 60 to 20. So we have total 20 features. What exactly we are doing means, what are the phases we have? Requirement, gathering. Next one. What is the next one? Speak out, guys.
Feasibility study.
Feasibility study, but it comes under the requirements gathering only. So
Design.
in the coming,
Designing.
yeah, next
Designing.
design. So to explaining you in detail, I have given the different phases like requirement gathering and feasibility study. In generic way, in the current models, it comes under the single phase, requirement gathering plus feasibility studies, call it as a requirement analysis. We can call it as a requirement analysis. And next one is design, and next one is coding, and next one is testing. But before going to the deployment, so we need to complete these 4 phases, right? So these 4 phases are going to complete for the module A first. Once the module A is completed, then we are going to apply these 4 phases to the module B. Once the module B is completed, we are going to apply this for the module C. Once the module C is completed, we are going to apply these phases for the module D. So what you observe, is there any drawback by doing this process? Can anyone? As you are
Doing
applying these
repetition.
phases multiple times for the each phase, right? Getting my point?
Yes, you're starting from the scratch again. You're doing the same thing again and again.
Yeah, that is one of the disadvantages. Another disadvantage means this project will take the more time, because if you observe that we are applying the requirement analysis, design, coding, these 3 phases are fine. Even we can do separately also fine. But coming to the testing, initially we developed the module, we tested the module A. We tested the module A. So when you come to the module B, you need to test the module A again, because of by adding this module B, is there any features in the module A affected or not? So we need to test the module A again. So next module B we need to test, because that's a new feature added, and you need to test both again because both are integrated. Okay, once the module B is completed, we are going to integrate that module B with the module A. Getting my point? So let me open the material. So if you see here, in module A, requirement should be collected first, and then design, and then coding, and then test. Module A is simple. But coming to the module B, requirement, coding, design, all are fine. But coming to the testing, you need to test the module B first. This is the new module. And after that, you need to integrate the module A with the B. So in module A, if we have the login page, in module B, if we have the registration page, both are developed separately, and you need to integrate both into the single page. Okay, once after integrating, you need to verify the login page, you need to verify the registration page, and you need to verify the both at once after integration. So here, multiple times you are validating the modules. Is it or not?
Yes, sir.
Through that, we'll get the quality product. Okay, we can agree further. Through that, we get the quality product. Because we are testing the multiple times, then there will be chances of rising the more bugs. Because as we are testing the multiple times, the bugs in the production will be less. Because we are testing the multiple times, no issues will be there in the deployment, in the production, in the live. Okay. So, but the one of the drawback here is the mainly we are testing the multiple times. It takes the more time to complete the project, and it takes the more resource. Okay, resource in the form of employees, resource in the form of cloud storages, resource in the form of the tools which we are using and everything. Okay. That is one of the disadvantages. The major advantage of this model is here risk handling, because as we are checking the multiple times, there is no risk in the production part, because as we are checking the multiple times of the every module. Now, if we come to the C, again you need to test the module A, module B, module C, module A plus B, module B plus C, module A plus C, and module ABC. Okay, so if you see here, the TA, TB, TC. Coming to the TC, what you need to test is, again you need to test the TA, again you need to test the TB, again you need to test the TC. TA, TB, TC means testing of module A, testing of module B, testing of module C. Okay, now you need to test TAB and you need to test TBC. Now you need to test TAC and now you need to test TABC. These many things need to be tested. Okay, these many things you need to be tested. Similarly, for module D, you need to test again all those things. All those things has to be tested and few more has to be added. TBCA, TBCD, TCDA, like probabilities which you learnt in the maths, right? TABCD. These many things need to be tested. So the risk handling is good. Okay. The bug leakage is very less in the production. Bug leakage is very less in the production. What exactly the bug leakage is? This is one of the most important interview questions in the interviews for the manual testers. What exactly the bug leakage means? Bug leakage means you have worked everything in the staging environment or UAT environment and pre-live environment. Nothing is identified. Everything is good. But once after went to the live, some of the customers, some of the people who are using that application are escalated that it's not working. Okay, so that is called it as a bug leakage. Bug leakage means once you tested that application, you didn't find any issues. But once the product went to the live, if any issues are raised by either customer or ourself itself, if you find anything, it was the bug leakage for the neighbor employee. Okay, the bug was leaked in the production is called it as a bug leakage. Simply we can call it as. Okay, clear? If you see the diagram here, design, requirement analysis, design, coding, testing, the flow will be happening here. So here one of the disadvantages here is, as features are increasing, the flow will go indefinite. We have only 20 features. If the features are increasing, the spiral may go indefinite flow. That is one of the disadvantages. If you see here, spiral may go on indefinite. That is one of the disadvantages. And anyway, we are using the more resource. It's not suitable for the small project because it is an expensive. Okay. So, and it is not suitable for low risk projects and difficult in time management. Number of pages is unknown to start the project. It is much more complex than other SDLC model. Process is complex. Then you can ask that. So, sir, then when we can use this model? So exactly that. If it is any financial applications which is can the long-term support to that company, and if they are okay to spend more money to get the quality product, then we can use the spiral model. Clear about the spiral model? The advantages you can see here. Software is produced early and risk handling is one of the advantages and good for large and complex project. Anyway, so here what's the difference here is, whatever the disadvantages we have, the vice versa will be the advantages of the same model. Okay. So you can go through these points once, the advantages and disadvantages, which I explained in the notepad now. Same will be there here, the advantages and disadvantages, time management, resource management, and loop will go indefinite. Spiral may go indefinite. Strong documentation is required. And for small projects, not required. So it says too expensive. Same advantages and disadvantages are there. So don't go theoretically, just read by surface. For example, now I'm learning. Okay, so I just go through the advantages in this material and I just read through my eyes. Okay, just total 7 points I have, right? Just read through my eyes of that 7 points and I can leave it. Nothing. So those points will be feeded in your mind. So in olden days in the schools or colleges, few people may read loud. It looks like others are listening or not, right? You won't learn anything if you read loud. If you read loud, it won't remember in your mind. Just read through eyes and go through that 7 points or 5 points, whatever we have. Take the snaps if you don't have the material. I'm not sure. I think most of the people are joined in the groups. I have seen the people who joining in the class. 90% of the members are joined in the enrolled in the course already. So if anyone is not enrolled, please try to enroll today itself. I'm not sure when the institute people will change the link, maybe tomorrow or day after tomorrow. So they will give the communication through the chat only. So I will share the material by the tomorrow EOD. Okay, once the registrations are closed, I will share this material to you in the group itself. Whenever I'm done with the class, just read the surface reading. We are calling it as a surface reading. Whenever you read with the eyes, and you can remember that points. Don't read that first point 10 times, second point 10 times, third point 10 times like that. Read first point one time, second point one time, only one time. 7 points, read one time, that's it. Okay. So by, for example, if I read these points, I can see that in first point, it was software is produced early. And second point is it's used for risk handling. And third point is it was flexibility in requirement. And fourth point is it's good for really large and complex projects. Simple keywords. Remember simple keywords. Make your own shortcuts in your mind. Okay. So it will help you to give the answers at the time of interviews. I can tell you that if it is a manual testing, interviews are difficult. Your work is very easy in the companies. Okay. Interviews are very difficult for the manual testers, but your work is 1% of your interview which you have given. Nothing is there in the companies. The major roles and responsibilities in the companies are, let me go through that. Roles and responsibilities for manual tester. Let's assume that your work timings were 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. Mostly, most of the companies will be there. This one as a shift and remaining were completely different. If you come to 2 p.m. afternoon and will go at 11 p.m. So those shifts are different, like rotational shifts. In generic way, if it is a single shift, mostly it is there for 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. or 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. or 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. These are the most of the timings the companies are followed. I'm not sure if you are from already IT industry, you may are aware about it. These are the times. Whenever you are into the company, whenever you logged into in your team, first and foremost thing that you have to work on it is stand up, which is there for your internal team. Internal team means, for example, you are the team of 4 members or 10 members. The 10 members internally have a call, which is name it as a stand-up call, internal stand-up call. If it is QA, they can name it as an internal stand-up QA, internal QA, a developers QA, if it is developers. If it is a DevOps, they can make it as a DevOps or QA stand-up. Like that, they can make their own customized names. And there they need to discuss in that stand-up call what we done in yesterday and what we are going to do today. Who will be involved in this call? Total team members will be there. Team members and manager. And if manager is busy with some other work, the lead will take care about that call. Okay, these people will be there most. Okay. So once your stand-up is done, you guys will go from some cafeteria and you guys can enjoy. So most of the people are telling that the software is having the more pressure, more pressure, more pressure. So it's purely based on our plan. Okay, so there will be target to complete that feature testing in that particular day. But it's not like that you guys has to be sit on in front of your laptop every minute, every second in the 8 a.m. to, sorry, 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. It's all about the planning which you have done by your end. So you guys can go to the cafeteria and you can get some coffee and you get some tea and you can enjoy for 20 to 30 minutes. Everything, wherever, whatever company it is, if it is a software company, it should have a internal cafeteria. Okay, you guys can enjoy 30 minutes. You can chit chat with your team members. And once you are done with that, you may have some work, right? Some tickets may be assigned. Some tickets may be assigned, which we discussed in the stand-up call. Okay, you can start your work. What exactly this work is? As a manual tester, you may have of writing the test cases. Okay, executing the test cases. Writing the test cases means anyway we are going to discuss in the further classes. Executing the test cases is also going to be discussed in the further classes. Writing test cases means what are the possibilities of the cases we are going to validate in that project. Right? So if you are the new joiner, then you may have some, their team may give some time to you and they will give some KTs on the project. And after that, they will take the reverse KTs. It's purely based on the companies. Okay. Few companies will take the reverse KTs. Few companies, few teams will take the reverse KTs. Few teams will not take any reverse KTs. Okay. So here we need to write the test cases for the feature. We need to execute the test cases and update the reports. By the end of the day, we need to do all those things. We have the target. For example, we have the 2000 test cases where we have the 10 members. The 10 members, 2000 cases has to be executed in the 2 days, for example. So if it is the 2 days, 2000 test cases, for 10 members, each person has to execute the 200 test cases, right? 200 test cases per 2 days means, so per day that person has to execute the 100 test cases. Executing the 100 test cases per day is not a big task. Is it or not? Is it or not? Is it difficult to execute the 100 test cases per day?
Yes, sir.
Is it difficult? No, it's not difficult. It's very easy to execute the 100 test cases at least. But you need to think of that level of test cases you have assigned to you. Okay, if the test cases will taking half an hour or 20 minutes or 10 minutes to execute a single test case, then it will take your time. Okay, so there is the level of test cases while executing. So while assigning, you can communicate with the manager. That's why we have the stand-up call. Right? That's why we have the stand-up call. So you need to discuss your issues in it that, yes, I have assigned with the 100 test cases. I need 10 minutes at least to execute a single test case as it is dependent on many features. Then they will assign some other cases which you have, which is difficult to you, to which takes time. It will assign to the some other people who has less test cases and who has test cases which executed less than 1 minute. Based on the level of, that's what I'm telling you, guys should be aware about the functionality and you should be give the timelines in the stand-up calls. If that 100 test cases will takes more time to execute, you know the feature, right? So is these login based, registration based, all these are within seconds you can close it. I'm not talking about these test cases. The level of test cases in the projects may be different. You need to create some test data to execute the test case. To creating the test data will take some time to you. If you are aware about the project, you can give the proper timelines to the manager in the stand-up call. Okay, you can discuss about that. That 100 test cases will take time for me. It's not possible to close in a single day 100 test cases because the cases which were assigned to me will take the more time to prepare a test data. So if you want me to close these 100 test cases in the today itself, I need some other people help to me to close that 100 test cases. I need 2 to 3 people's help to me. So you need to tell your feedback and you need to tell your requirement to the manager or lead. That's how we have the stand-up calls. Okay. So here regression testing and everything will be comes under the work. So once you're started work, you have some breaks on lunch break and whatever it is and some snacks break. So once the lunch break is done, there will be some one more stand-up which is named as a Scrum call. If you are following Agile model, if you are following Agile model, if you are following Agile model. So Scrum call means one person will be there who is going to communicate and who is going to arrange a call between the tester, developer, manager, lead, business analyst, product owner, everyone into the call. Because this stand-up call is internal call between the QA. Whatever problems you have and whatever works you are working on it and what you worked before, what you are working today, everything is internal within our team. But when you are come to the Scrum call within project, not team. In project, we have many teams. QA team will be there, development team will be there, business analyst team will be there, PO team will be there, design team will be there, DevOps team will be there. Is it or not? These many teams are there. All the teams together, we have a call. That call is called it as a Scrum call. Who is going to maintain the manage this call? That person name is Scrum Master. That person name is Scrum Master. He is the person who is going to arrange a call between all the teams. For example, if that I just said that I have assigned with 100 test cases, I have some issue with the environment, I'm not able to work on it. So you need to tell that in that Scrum call, because everyone is there in it, right? So the manager will be there, DevOps person will be there, who is going to take care about the environments, and the developer will be there. Sometimes you have some issues with the developers. The developers are not responding well whenever you raise the issues, and the developers won't accept sometimes whenever you raise the issues. If you are perfect and if you are straightforward, this is an issue, then you can talk with the business analyst. Yeah, just get the functionality of that application, feature of that application. If the issue which you are raising, which matches with the functionality given by the features given by the business analyst, you can argue with them that this is the feature and it should be work as per the feature. Why the developer is not accepting it? So the communication across the teams will be happen between the Scrum call. Okay. So again, if you have any work, you can complete and you have some snacks break. Snacks here, it's not a tuition, it's not a school. So there is a particular time for the lunch and that particular time for the cafeteria, particular time for the snacks break. Whenever you have a time, as a team together can go out and chill out for 15 to 20 minutes and you can come back and do your works. Okay, which will make your life work balance in the software companies. The pressures will be there, stress will be there, everywhere is there. If it is a government jobs also, stress will be there, pressures will be there from the higher officials to do some work, and sometimes they need to stand in the outside, right? So everywhere pressures will be there. So it's all about the what I can say, how you can manage your works and things. Okay. So then you can, if you have any pending works, you can close it and then you can log out. Nothing. Clear? The roles and responsibilities are common. We have the two calls. One is stand-up, internal stand-up. Second one is Scrum call. If you keep these calls aside, you have the two types of testing. One is regression testing, where we need to write the test cases, where we need to write the execute the test cases and update reports. That is called as regression testing. And you need to write the test cases for the new features. Initially, we have 10 features. The customer need 10 more features. The 10 more features need to be developed, right? So for that, you need to have one tool which is named as Jira, where the tickets are getting maintained. The tickets are going to assign to you. For example, you have 10 members. So 20 features, for 20 features, we have 80 tickets. So divide that 80 tickets by 10, 80 by 10 total, 8 tickets will be there for the person in that month. Then within the 20 days, you can close the 8 tickets. After completion of the tickets, you can give the demo on the tickets which you have write the test cases, which you have executed the test. We have to give the demo to the product owner. That's it. Very easy. The work is very easy in the manual testing, but to crack the manual interview is very difficult. Okay. In interviews, they will ask 200%. In companies, they will make you to work 1%. Okay. That's why I'm telling, whenever I'm telling that question is very important, write it in the note and at least by heart it. Know that concept first And if you are not able to remember, because few members are not able to remember, few members can remember a single word and they can frame their own sentences. It was given by the God. We can't do anything, right? So few people can't remember if they can't read, right? So for them they can by heart. We can't do anything. So all members are all fingers in the hand is not like same, right? So the different sizes, different length, right? So in similar way, all are not like a single. So whoever have their skills, they can use it. If the people or don't want are not able to catch the things, they can by heart it. Otherwise, we can't do anything to crack the interviews. Cracking interview is very difficult initially, right? So this is all about the roles and responsibilities. And I hope you clear about the roles and responsibilities and the spiral model and waterfall model. Tomorrow we can discuss about the V model. Any doubts so far? Tomorrow we are going to discuss one more sequential model, which is named as V and V model, verification and validation model. Okay. So any doubts in the today class? Feel free to ask your doubts. I will call out one by one. If you have any doubts, you can ask your doubt. We'll come with Sheikh. Do you have any doubt, Sheikh,
Can
on the
you
today class?
can you explain the yesterday's class one error bug you were telling it? I was not like I was not digesting two
Error, bug,
sentences.
failure. Okay, so you can listen the things. No need to see the any document. What exactly error is? What exactly bug is? What exactly failure is? So error means it can be human mistake, either in the form of that writing the code by the developer, they missed some syntaxes, right? So they have missed some line in the code. It was the human mistake. That is called it as an error. Clear about the error? Shilpi, your voice is not audible.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, that is called error. And bug means if there is a deviation of expected output from the actual output, then it is called it as a bug. So what exactly expected output means? What exactly actual output means? So here there is a login page. In that login page, I have the proper credentials. I have the proper username and proper password. I have the correct username and correct password. So what I'm expecting, as I already have the valid credentials, if I give that valid username, valid password and click on the login button, what should I expect? It should be logged in. Is it or not?
Yes.
Is it or not?
Yes.
So unfortunately, even though I have given the proper correct username and correct password and clicking the login button, I'm not able to log in. That is actual. I'm expecting something. It's not matching with the actual execution. Then we can call it as a bug. Clear about the bug?
Yeah.
And next one is failure. Same as like the bug only. But if you identify that bug, once that project and feature is released to the live, when the customer users are using that application, okay, that user is raised that issue instead of the QA team who worked for the project like an escalation, then it is the failure of the QA. Getting?
So it's like after the even UAT, if
Yeah, I
something
think you
happens in
may
the production.
yeah, I think you may seen some things that a few people are using what I can say like in Google, Facebook, few people are reported the bug, they are rewarded also, right? Those things are called it as a failures of the QA team who is working in the Google and Microsoft. Get it?
Sure. Mhm.
Are you clear?
Yes.
Any more doubts, Silpi?
Yeah.
Okay, great. What about others, Srinivas? Do you have any doubt?
No, I'm clear.
Gayatri,
Yes, sir.
and who else we have? Tirupataya, Prasanna.
No, sir.
So,
Shamik
so
Laha.
the other model which you told, like VM model,
Yeah,
I never heard about that model at all.
yeah, we'll discuss
Did
tomorrow.
somebody use?
V and V model we'll discuss tomorrow. Raju, Vamsi, Sheikh. Any more doubts?
No, sir.
Great. So that's it for today. And we'll meet you all tomorrow again. So have a nice day. Tomorrow we can discuss V and V model. Hope you guys are catching the things. Hope you guys are understanding the things which I'm teaching. And hope you guys are comfortable with my teaching. And if you are not comfortable with my teaching, also let me know. We will try to change and make you comfortable to learn. Okay. Please feel free to ask your doubts. Okay.
I
Great.
think any one of you is not there in group, just let me know. Okay? Because we are giving video access from today.
Yeah, one more reminder to all guys. So hope most of the people is already enrolled into the course. I'm not sure, maybe one or two members may not be. 90 out of 100, 90% people is already enrolled. Whoever not enrolled, please try to enroll by today only, because the video accesses, recording access are going to given from today. So if you haven't enrolled, you will miss the recording sessions, you will miss the materials and everything. Maybe the registrations will also close soon. So please try to enroll by today EOD. You can reach out Sarita ma'am if you have any doubts, if you need any clarification on registration and enrollment process. Okay. Clear guys? Great. So thank you all for joining. Have a nice day. We'll meet you all tomorrow at the same time. Not same time. Today we have joined at 8:15, right? Due to network issue. Tomorrow, as usual, our time we have 8:05 and 8 o'clock, right? We can start our session at 8 o'clock. Okay. So thank you all. Have a nice day.